Hello there you guys, so today we're doing the black swan, black smoky eye with some silver, white and gold makeup. It's a makeup tutorial, it's a get ready with me, but either way, let's begin and let's make this face really pretty. I'm gonna start by clipping my hair up so that it doesn't bother me on my face. I already applied all of my serums, including elastin and collagen by Face D, and the hyaluronic acid by The Ordinary, as well as a moisturizing cream. And now I'm applying the base, which is kind of like a primer. It's Clinique Dramatically Different Moisturizing Gel, which is oil-free. It's a little like hydration, but I feel like in combination with the Clinique foundation, this actually makes the foundation look more flawless for longer. And it's also some extra hydration for your skin, oil-free. So now, on top of this hydrating base, that's not really dry yet, especially in some parts, I'm going to take this gorgeous Ultra HD Micro Finishing Loose Powder by Makeup Forever and lightly dab it all over my face with a brush. This way the foundation and the whole entire base will last longer and will not crease. So I take it on this brush and just lightly dab it all over my face. To make sure that it's there, you should be seeing a mattifying effect on your face. So once it's becoming a little matte, that means that you've applied enough. If you have wrinkles, especially under the eye area, avoid those parts, I would say, because extra powder always makes them more visible. But in the T-zone, it's like a perfect trick to do. See, I'm like almost fully mattified now, so that's good. Then I'm taking this lip plumper base by Kiko and applying it on my lips. This doesn't really plump your lips, it's like more hydrating than plumping, and it's a long lasting hydration, so that's really good for your lips. And then, as you just saw, rubbing the rest of it that goes slightly overlining my lips, outside of my lips, I rub it into the skin very evenly so that the layer is very even and it fades into the skin instead of creating a weird line once the foundation and powder will be set around this area to preserve that natural look of the lips. Then I take the Clinique foundation, and this one is the oil-free Stay Matte foundation in the shade CN40 for when I'm tan, and I'm going to apply it in the most delicate area, which is the eyes, because this product is the only base that I've ever tried that doesn't irritate my eyes. So that's really good, because concealer, for example, it irritates literally my eyes once I go in the waterline with the base to cover any redness. And I kind of put it also around my nose and on my chin to make sure that the concealer doesn't sit weird there without any foundation. And again, I blend it evenly. As you can see, it's very little. I applied it with my fingers, but you almost can't see it on my face. Then I take the concealer. This is the Tarte Shape Tape in the shade 12B. And I take and put it under the eye and around the nose, on the chin, and along the nose. And obviously right here where there's the majority of the redness. I put like 2 dips of concealer on my face, usually. Then I cover also any pimples, which right now I have quite a few. And when we paint the concealer on our face, we always want to do lines that go upwards, kind of in a diagonal way, but always upwards, so that the face is more snatched. And then I'm gonna start blending the concealer with my beauty blender. Okay, I added some foundation on the cheekbones to really do that wet contouring kind of effect. Then I added some more concealer and blended it out well. I also did this line from the corners of my lips and up into here where the hairline ends, where the ear is. Kind of imagine a straight line from there to here, and I covered it in concealer. Right now I'm going to take this Kiko brush 102 for powder, and I'm gonna get my contouring, which is really a dark blush. It's a powder product. I'm going to mix it on my hand very lightly and go over this foundation right here, keeping my brush very high up, because that shadow usually comes very much lower than where you actually place it, because it always wants to go too low. So if you wanna really make the best out of your cheekbones, you should do it a little higher up. This way you're actually placing it correctly. Kinda over your cheekbone, having the product on the lower half of a brush. Then with the cleaner side of the brush, I'm gonna go underneath it and kind of smooth it a little bit. And I'm gonna take my beauty blender in case something isn't really right and go over this part again, which should be white. I'm taking more product and I'm smudging it a little on my hand, and I'm going under my chin to contour this. This technique right here is actually called the light bulb method, and I saw Jennifer Lopez do that. Then going around the jaw and underneath it a little bit to give that shadow. And I'm gonna take my bronzer, this fan brush by Saks Fifth Avenue. The bronzer is this one, the Palladio Baked Bronzer that I found on Amazon. It's actually a cute color. And going on my cheekbones again. Then with what remains of that bronzer, I'm going underneath and on the sides of my neck, and all the way down into the chest and a little on the chest. And I'm gonna take the highlighter by Ariane Beauty, Miss Mercury, on that same brush and highlight the center of my neck, these bones right here on the chest and the whole entire chest basically. And this will give a nice glow to your skin. Then highlighting right here above the bronzer and the brow bone basically. This is where basically I have the shape that's going kinda inside, so I'm highlighting where the inner points are and then contouring right here where the pointing outward points are. And always highlight your brows, this way your face just looks better, it's perceived better kind of. Okay, then I'm going to start with the shadows. I'm gonna be using this Morphe No Silent Nights palette, and I'm gonna get the black on a small brush, this cool toned black, the darkest one that they have. I'm gonna take this small little round brush and do my eyeliner kind of. First I try it on my hand, that's just one dip right there. Kind of smudge it so that there isn't a lot on the brush. And first I'm gonna go along my lash line right here. There it is, you can already see a little bit of effect. And then imagine a line going from the corner of your nose to the outer corner of your eye, and only paint above that line, so you can use your finger for reference. And that's going to be your wing, basically. You can draw it on more if you want to. But this is going to be fading into your smoky eye, basically. Okay, then I'm gonna do the same thing on the other eye. And it depends on the shape of your eyes and on the shape of your face. If your eyes are very closed, like close to each other, then you wanna only do the outer corner of your eye with the wing. Or if your eyes are very distanced, then you might want to bring your wing all the way into the inner corner, but it's up to you. And then, as you can see, I did a little bit on the lower lash line as well, but I didn't go in the waterline. But I stayed on the lower lash line, so you don't have to worry about applying a lot of mascara there, because you already have the black line, it won't be visible anyway, and it connects in the outer corner. Right now I'm going to get a larger brush that I can use for a dark shadow. I'm gonna get this black right here, which is just a little bit warmer in shade than the black that I used for the wing. I'm gonna blur it on my hand, and then I'm gonna paint upwards only from this wing. And you're kinda trying to draw a swan wing here, so imagine it going upwards and then kind of fading like this along your eye. And here is where you can really correct it and get it to the shape that you like. Now we're going to take a fluffy brush and get some white on it and put it in the inner corner. Then we're going to take a transition shade and blend this line. Here you have a broad choice between any shade of brown that suits you personally the best, or even just simple gray. It's really up to you. I will use either a brown or a gray. I will mix the neutral brown with gray together. First on my hand. It's a really pretty deadly color, and then you go right over this line and just really blend in circular motions up and down. And honestly, I would recommend going for a warmer color here because it might end up looking like a bruise, especially if you use purple or blue shades. But anyway, maybe you can add some pink if you want here, not too vibrant though, really close to a brown color. So I don't really like the pink on there, whatever. Okay, now you wanna clean up your eyebrows a little bit. And if you really wanna accentuate the brows, you can clean up a tiny little bit under the brow again and go over it with a thin line of concealer and blending it in. But I really don't care because my brows are really blonde, so they're gonna be only visible if I draw them on anyways, and very little. And correct any imperfections that you might see. Then if you want a more dramatic and a droopier eyes effect, you can blend out not only up here, but also blend on the sides here into a fading brown. That will give you like larger and a little bit rounder and droopier swan eyes, but I prefer to stick to the snatched version. And then I'm gonna take, on this fluffy brush that I just clean up on my hand, this golden shade right here, which is the light color of gold. I'm gonna show you the difference between this and a slightly darker, more intense gold. So this is the lighter and this is the darker shades. So you can see that the darker is a little orange, which I don't want. So I just get this gold and put it all over my upper lid. Try to focus it in the center and not really in the inner corner, because yellow in the inner corner oftentimes looks sickly. And then I'm gonna get this pretty neutral kinda orangish pinkish sparkle and put that in the inner corners. A little bit even along the lash line in case you're trying to widen your eyes. Okay, then I'm gonna see if I have any fallout. I kinda almost don't. So I'm just gonna clean up quickly with the beauty blender. Actually, I do have a little fallout. I'm gonna try to brush it. I'm gonna try to brush it away with this brush. This is the Kiko either 9 or 09 brush. This is very like coarse. It's really looks like it's for the body almost. Then I'm going to reapply a layer of concealer to cover everything underneath. This is why I didn't set my face earlier. And don't come with the concealer too close to the lash line because you might end up ruining it a little bit. Then I'm gonna get a little bit more of that brown that I firstly took in the center to blend a little bit the shadows and ever so slightly intensify it on the brow bone. Then I'm gonna get this same small brush and get a little bit of more of that cool toned black and intensify just the wing portion of it. I kind of smoked it outwards to really elevate this whole swan situation. Then I'm going to take this beautiful Fenty Beauty highlighter and I'm gonna put it on my middle fingers right here and just press it on the lid. And this is the silver portion of it, and then kind of smudge it on my brow bone and a little bit in the waterline. Then one final time I'm going to get my beauty blender and really even out the concealer before I set this face in place. And I'm going to be setting with the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Powder in the shade 02 Butter. And I'm going to get this same brush as before. Then I'm going to take a powder puff, this one is from Kiko. Get some powder on the puff and go over the T-zone a lot. I cleaned up my lips a little bit. I'm going to reapply just a little bit of that lip plumper by Kiko. And even it with a lip balm. Now I'm gonna apply a red lipstick. This one is by Rabanne. And it's in the shade Red Seal. See that it's going on very sheer on the lip balm. And this is actually good for me because everything looks too intense on my lips usually. Then I'm gonna take a little bit of bronzer and go over the outside of my lips to plump them a little bit visually. And then I just applied this diamond balm to make my lips shine even further, and I will reapply a little bit of that lipstick on my lips. Okay, then I'm going to further emphasize a little bit of that contouring, curl my lashes and apply some mascara. If you feel like it, you should absolutely glue some false lashes on because they're going to bring this look to another level. Really look at my eyes. Okay, if you wanted to, you could add some false lashes. I think you can tell that the look would be much better with the false lashes, but I'm having a bit of an allergy day and I wouldn't want to intensify this allergy by applying false lashes, so I'm gonna leave it like this. And by the way, the more matte you are, the more fair and with thinner lips you are, kind of, the better it is. You don't need eyebrows for this, so I left mine natural. The most important thing is this shape of the eye and the fading of the lighter into the darker kind of on top. And here the darker into the skin tone with a bit of kind of a grayish, almost brownish effect. and the silver with a little bit of gold that's kind of getting lost underneath the silver on me, but you can obviously add more gold if you'd like it. So I didn't really overline my lips, I just kind of put the lipstick on the lips and blended it so that it's a little bit fading, a little bit just kind of like a stain on the lips. But it does look really dramatic from far away because it really kind of scares you. This black eye with a red lip, it's already something very catchy and fierce. So I really hope you enjoyed this video. Please give me a thumbs up down below, subscribe to my channel, comment me something. What did you think of this makeup, or what would you like to see next? Share my videos everywhere. This helps the growth of my channel and makes me really happy. I wish you all the best. I'll see you soon in my next videos. Bye!